Hey, hey, hey. Hi, everybody. It's Joy and Gracie, if she shows her cute little face back here. As you jump on, say hi, because sometimes I don't see you with the internet lag, so be sure to say hi. If you haven't heard, Pajama Crafter Stamps is having 29% off all stamps and dies until 11:59 tonight Eastern Standard Time to celebrate my birthday. If you haven't heard, I'm turning 29 again. Hi, Brennan. Thank you. I appreciate the birthday wishes. It's been a very fun day. Um, I've got my little girl back here. It's like she knows she's on camera or something because she like turns as soon as the camera came on. So we're gonna make a quick card. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for the birthday wishes. We're gonna use Flippin Best, and I'm bringing this die in on camera right now. This is the Circle Peekaboo stamp, and this is a pretty hefty die. Normally it's, I think, $24.99 on the website, so this would be a really good day to pick this up for 29% off, because this is on there. This is a awesome die. I've seen cards where everybody has done inlays and stuff like that. I'm not gonna do that. Hi, Michelle. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Hi, Shalana. Glad to see you guys here. Gracie's being a little bit shy tonight, but let's get into the card making. Again, we're gonna use the Flippin Best. So Flippin Best is from the newest release, and it is 29% off until 11:59 tonight, including the die. So it's a great time to pick these up. So for the sake of time, I've already put a black panel onto my card base, and I've done some die cutting. And the reason I went with a black card base, because usually I like a white on white look a lot, is because I wanted you guys to see how pretty this die is. It's pretty magnificent. Hello, crafty friends. Lisa says, hi, Becky. Hi, Sandy. Thank you for the birthday wishes, everybody. Sean's on here. So I've had a lot of questions if I've had a good birthday. Let's talk about that for just 1 second before I get started, because you know that I've got ADD and I'm all over the place. Started out that I went and got my nails done, and Sean surprised me. I had no idea, but he took the day off to spend the day with me, which was super cool. And on my way home, I found out that he was actually home because he was trying to trick me into finding out, like as a surprise. But anyway, I went and I got gas today. And because it was 6 degrees, I got back into my car, and the gas nozzle didn't shut off automatically, and I had like gas spewing from my gas tank, like a geyser. That was super fun. So it was all over me, it was all over my car, all over the gas station. So that's how I started out my day. But coming home, finding out that Sean took the day off was super cool, and I really appreciate it. And he made me the best French toast you could ever believe for being at home. It was sourdough, and he soaked it with something and had some cream in there. It was really good. And then baked me a cake. Oh, he wanted me to show you guys this because I think he needed some kudos. But I came home to him having a cake, so he put 29 on there. Now the kids always put all the extra candles for all the extra years, but Sean was kind enough to me not to do extra candles. So today I'm 29 again. There's something about turning 30, you just never claim it. At least that was for me. And then he took me to Big B Coffee so that we could get my favorite chai latte. And he's making dinner right now, so it's been a great day. So yeah, it was an oh no situation. You're right, Sandy. I was scared to death to turn the key to my car because I thought I was going to blow up. Like today might have been like my birthday and my day to death, but I guess it wasn't my day to die. Thank God. Anyhow, let me do this. So I did all the stamping and die cutting. So we're gonna do happy flippin' birthday, and I flippin' love you. I stamped. And where did my little critter go? You guys, I'm telling you, all this stuff is on my desk, ready to go. And then It's like it disappears the minute I turn the camera on. Alright, so there's the Flippin' Best penguin. And sorry I'm making you guys kind of seasick with adjusting the camera. But we wanted to get into that. So I chose this because it is my birthday and I don't want to be on here forever. Not that I don't love hanging out with you guys, but I do want to spend some time with my husband. Alright, so I always use like a 4 to 5 color blend, but we're just going to use 3 tonight. So a penguin is super easy to color. But I want to remind you that wherever there is white, there's still shadow, so you still have to put in some color in order to make there be dimension. So where this arm or flipper would be, you're going to have a little bit of a shadow. And I'm going to go ahead and extend it down like on the belly. And that was with a C3. I know I forgot to put my marker up there. And then I'm going to go in with my C1. You saw a car do that. Not as bad, and the gas attendant said it would be fine. I found out that it was fine. My thing was that I was on my cell phone, and I was scared to death that it would discharge like the static electricity even getting into my car, you know, in and out, because it's winter and it's dry and it's cold, but I'm alive. So we're going to put that little bit of a shadow right there, and then we're going to be done with the C3 and the C1. Well, no, we're not. I'm going to just use the C1. And I'm going to do just a little bit of animation there at the top of his eyes, like, you know, where his, you know, he's got his happy face going on. And I'm going to do just a little bit here. And we're not going to worry about putting shadows under the face because we're going to do that with the darker marker. So that's as far as I've gotten today. Focus is off. How's that? Thank you for letting me know, Sean. Alright, so we're going to do the blacks first. I always say if you do the reds, you have a bigger chance of smearing them because they're just that color that kind of runs. Using a black, it wouldn't make a huge difference, but I'm going to just stick true with, you know, my techniques. So now I'm putting in that shadow with the C9. Now C9 is like almost black. And I'm making sure to put that drop shadow in the shape of the face. And I'm just coming down. I don't think I've used the C9 in a while. I don't know how juicy it is, so I'm taking both caps off. So I was coloring a card for a friend of mine who's going to a baby shower this weekend. And she asked me to make a card for her. I colored it 3 times because I travel with my markers, and if I don't take both caps off to at least burp them, a lot of times they'll spew all over. So I had to color the image like 3 times so that, because I had like my marker blow up. So if you travel or you're in different altitudes, then please make sure that you take both caps off just so that you can equalize that pressure. Now this is the C7. And I'm just going to kind of start filling him in. Like, guys, you could really do this penguin in one color, you know, like as far as the body goes. I'm using the C7 up here. I'm not going to be too worried about doing the side of the face. And the same thing here. Now for this little divot, I am going to go kind of down into the V, and then I'll do the rest of it with that C5. My belly shadow bigger than that. Well, Sean, I wasn't going to throw you under the bus, but since you brought it up, he's correct. So now this is the C5, and I'm just going to color that in, and I'm just kind of scrubbing over the line so that we get a seamless blend. And if you find that this is too light, which I'm kind of thinking that it is, I'm going to come in, I'm going to grab my C6 because I don't like that C5. Those are always decisions with these alcohol markers that you can make because they're translucent and they're buildable. So you can just kind of go back in with that C6 and go over your C5 and get a better blend. And there we go. Super easy. We're going to use a Y19 and a YR07. So Y19 is going to be the entire beak. Now you could go in with a lighter color and do like 3 shades, but again, I think that this is kind of a pretty easy image to color, and it's so small, so I don't think that we need to go in with multiple colors. But again, if that's your jam, please go ahead and do it. Now I know my YR7 is very low on ink. I shouldn't say low, but it's well loved. So I'm just kind of putting that in there a little bit, and we're gonna make sure I kind of add some dimension there. So one thing I always talk about with these markers is that they are translucent and you can build on them. So if I was to do my normal red blend that we always talk about, I would probably put that Y19 or Y17 under there first and then go in with my color blend. But we're gonna do, I'm feeling a little pink. So we're gonna use R32, 35, 37, and 39. And again, this might be just a little bit of a lot of color. You could probably, you know, tone it down a little bit. So there's going to be a shadow underneath this arm, and I think a little bit above. So you would go big time under the arm, and I'm gonna make it go down. Since I had my shadow on this right hand side of the heart, I'm gonna go ahead and draw that in. Now what I'm doing here, and it's not necessarily like you have to do it, but I'm leaving a lot of white space, so we're gonna have a glow at the end. So I'm gonna do this side much bigger. And I think I'm gonna do just a little bit there, and that's something that, you know, we can kind of bleach out as we go. So Y19 and YR07 was correct. So now this is that was R39 that we were in, and now we're going to go to 37. This is just simple blending that you can do with whatever marker that you have. And we'll go from there. I was checking to see if somebody was calling me to tell me I was out of focus or they couldn't hear me or something, but it was just a random call, probably a car warranty. It's like those people disappeared for a while, and then now they're like calling all the time again. So this R37, I'm kind of making my own little heart on the inside, and you guys can do this, you know, however you want, but I'm just making sure I scrub over those lines so that we don't have like a lot of demarcation of each color. Now this is my R35, so this is your mid-tone color, or the color that you would see the most. So I'm going to go in pretty heavy with this one, and again I'm really scrubbing over those lines so that you get a nice blend. I'm going to also start to close in that white gap on that right and left side, because again this is the color that you're seeing the most of. So I'm scrubbing over that R39 and 37 so we get a nice blend. And you have to remember these are wet, so once they like dry back, then it won't be as noticeable. So now I'm going to go in with this R32. Hi, Linda. Thank you. Have a nice night, everyone. I have to help Amanda. Okay. I'm so glad you dropped in, Sandy, and have a good night. I'm sure I'll catch you on Facebook now. You see how that is a terrible blend. Like, it's not good at all. I don't like the color step between the R35 and the R32. It seems like there should be like another color in there. So I'm going to do what they call tip to tip. So this is my R35 and this is my R32. You do not ruin your markers when you do this, but I'm taking my R32 and I'm dipping it into this R35. And I'm making it like my own color. And then I'm going to go out here with the R32 first. And I'm going to kind of blend that in. And I'm going to go out here. And what this does is it gives this like the appearance of being three-dimensional. And I'm going to keep working this because I don't like this color blend here. I am actually going to pull out, let me see. Let's try an R83 and see what this does. We might just end up not using that color. Like, when I see it up on the screen, it doesn't look as bad as what it does in person, but I'm a little bit kind of mortified right now. So that was the R40. Yeah, we're just going to skip that step. I don't care for it. This would be a really good time to pull out your hex chart to see what's next to it. But that's over there at my other desk. So I just came in with that R35 and I'm kind of working that now that that ink has dried a little bit. And now we're coming through. All right. So not too bad. And now it's starting to come. So the hex chart is from Sandy Allnuck. So you would just Google Sandy Allnuck. I don't know what her website is off the top of my head, but you can find Sandy Allnuck by Googling her. She's all over the place. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You'll learn a lot from her. That's where I learned a lot. And now for his little sweet cheeks, because I feel like every sweet penguin should have some cheeks, I'm using this R11. So I'm kind of giving him a little bit of a cheek on both sides. And if you think that that is too bright or too something, you can always go in with your colorless blender or your C0, whichever one you want, and kind of like model that and kind of blend it. And when I say blend, I don't really mean blend, I mean erase. So basically I'm pushing that color around to get it the way I want it. All right. So that kind of is the end of the coloring. Now the key is to find a gel pen that works today. So it looks like this is my it's called Milky Way. It's a deco gel. It's from Karen Markers or Kareen. I'm not sure how you say it, but I was given this pen to try out, and I really do like it. So we could do this, and the reason I'm showing you that is because that's what I plan on doing. So I'm going to put some white highlights here. Kind of like the shape of the heart. I'm having a hard time. I said it worked, but it has everything to do with the pressure you put on and the humidity that you've got going on in your house. So with us being in the dead of winter, we've had the auxiliary heat turn on quite a bit, and we've had with a lot of static electricity because of how dry it is. So the key to doing highlights is going in your darkest area. So you could, do a couple here. If you want to, I think I'm going to put some here. And it just kind of brings your characters to life a little bit. I'm doing just a little dot there. All right, so that's where we are now. So I told you guys that I really like a white on white card. So thank you, Lisa, for putting Sandy Allnock up there. She is just so good. So I always like a little bit of a black border too. So I cut this to be 4 by 5 1/4, because our card bases, when they're folded in half, are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, in case I have new people. So we could do this centered and just be done, or we could go off center and kind of put him there, and I think that's kind of what I'm thinking. So let's glue this down first. Looking for my glue. Yeah, okay, just making sure I'm staying on top of comments, but it seems like Sean and Lisa are doing a great job moderating tonight. So I'm just using my Barely Art glue, and I'm just dotting that on to the intricate parts. And just so you know, I die cut this off camera. Penny. So my cat, my high five to Jesus cat, found some packaging, I imagine that, in my room, and she's like making a nest. She's funny. She always wants to be in the room, but she doesn't want to necessarily come out and play. So I put this on one side of the circle because we're going to cut part of it off, and I'm holding that down just until it adheres, and I'm going to grab a scissors. I would recommend a bigger shears to cut this down, but mine, I think, is in the stock room. So anybody who's jumping on now or hasn't seen the Facebook lately or Instagram, we are celebrating my 29th birthday over again. Over and over and over again. It'll always be 29. And so we've got this on the store. We've got everything 29% off on all stamps and dies. And that's going to end tonight at midnight. It's been running since like 8 o'clock this morning. So this is a double-sided adhesive sheet that I'm using, and I'm sorry, I'm not gonna zoom out, because then I'll lose that, and we'll have to go through refocusing and all that stuff. So I'm just cutting that down to be like 3 3/4 by 5, so that I can put this on the back. Now this is a double-sided adhesive, just because I like dimension. I feel like dimension is life. I'm channeling my inner Laura Basson. Now you could use foam tape, or you could use fun foam, whatever you want. I always use these just because they're faster. Not necessarily the most economical. They're not terrible though. But you would have to put extra postage on it, so it's usually you'd have to put like an additional 20 cents on your cards if you were to add all this dimension that I end up adding to all of mine. But the people who I send my cards to, I truly care about and love, and I don't care about putting an extra 20 to 50 cents. I'm lazy, so I always just put an extra stamp on it instead of going and buying the 20-cent stamps. But that's, purely up to you what you want to do. I told you I like dimension, so we're gonna go ahead and pop this up with some foam tape. I always have some foam tape like off to the side that's already cut, because I use foam tape all the time. It's my jam. It's what makes me happy. I remember saying it was the ex-anniversary of my 29th birthday. Yep. Brennan, 27 would not be a bad idea, but sooner or later I would be too young for my husband. He has got this rule that he would, all right, this is true. He will not, he had a rule that he would not date anyone that was more than 4 years younger. So and he's got a couple other rules, but I'm not going to go into all of our personal life. But he had a rule that he wouldn't date anybody that was like 4 years younger than him. So I met the cutoff by 3. So just so you know, I'm going to age him. He's at least a half century old. But I'm still 29. But 27 would be a good year. So this would be a good time to have like foam squares instead of tape, just because I've got this tiny, tiny, tiny little sentiment. So one of my pet peeves is I hate sentiments that aren't straight. Now in a heart, it doesn't matter, but there are all these little tea rulers on the market, all different sizes. So I always try to line mine up a little bit. It's a little bit on the OCD side. And again, you don't have to do this because it's a sentiment. You can go wonky and whatnot. So this could actually double as like a Valentine's Day card, but since it's my birthday, we're making it a birthday card. So happy birthday, I flippin' love you. I can't believe I just aged myself by telling you Sean's age. Ugh. I'm 29, people. 29, I tell you. All right, and so this one, again, I'm going to get my ruler out. And I'm going to stick that down. Now, I think this would be a beautiful card, like all white, but I thought I would do something different for me. So, you know, I love myself a red hot heart. Even though our penguin's got a red hot heart, we're gonna add another one. And I'm gonna put that one here. And I'm getting out my handy dandy crafter's wand. And have you guys seen the lump of coal gems that we got in the store? Did you guys see the gems we have in the store? Period. They're beautiful, and I think they're very well priced compared to the market. Don't even get me started on grid lines and rulers. I know. So Lisa, who's in the chat, she has this thing of like we all have these grid mats, and like so really we can just line stuff up with our grids. But when you watch everybody on YouTube or anywhere, we never use our grids, and it's like built in right in front of us. But I still use my T ruler as much as possible because it's for good measure, you know. All right, so let's get this out. And so this is double-ended. We've got rose gold in there, and as soon as I unbury them, we'll have these back in stock, the silver with the turquoise. But I put them in a very creative place, so I have to restock them. So I'm putting the black on here. So the lump of coal does not have any type of shift change or anything else. It is exactly what I'm calling it. It looks like a lump of coal. And I think I said in my last video that I never thought I'd be putting black on a card, but I really like it with these little critters. Also, that's what's in the shop that I haven't shown, and we maybe should do a shaker next week. We've got the Penguin Parade, which is just all these little penguins. We've got the, oh, what is that? Lisa, help me out. What's the name of it? What's the name of that we have in there? It's like blue snowflakes. It's got pearls in it, and it's got the penguins too. And it's super cute. I can't. Lisa will tell me. Yeah, shake, shake, shake it. So what's the name of the mix, Lisa? You helped me name them. Isn't that crazy? If they're my mixes, and I don't know what they are. But yeah, we could go crazy with all of the bling, and I don't think it's necessary. I think this is a really cute card. So This is it for me because I think my steak dinner is probably about ready to come off the smoker, and it smells delicious. Every time he opens the back door, I can smell the smoke coming in. Oh, it's delicious. But this is the Circle Peekaboo Die. If you want to see more examples, go online to see it. I've seen people like do rainbow inlays on all of this. They're stunning, and it cuts like butter. I cut this out of 2 pieces of 120-pound cardstock because I like dimension. But really, I mean, we made this card in like, well, we've been on about a half hour. But if we weren't talking, we could probably get it done much faster. So let me maybe zoom out. I feel like I'm killing everything. There we go. There. So that's the card. Very simple, a very clean and simple, you know, white on white. I love a good red, white, and black card. I'm a sucker for it. So, yeah, this is my birthday. This is how I'm going to celebrate it. And I love that I got to hang out with you guys. Thanks, Linda, for hanging out with us. Oh, Lisa just came on. It's called Chili Willy. So Chili Willy is in the set. This is still unfocused. There we go. Well, yeah, there we go. And then Gracie says hello. You want to come see Mom? My pretty girl's coming to see us. Thank you for hanging out with us, Becky. He said, Sean's saying it's still out of focus. I don't know what's up with my camera, why it's doing that here lately, but this is my cockatoo, Gracie. She's always my helper. And if she wasn't up here with me hanging out and making me all white and fuzzy, then she'd be downstairs screaming. So that's why she hangs out with me every day. But, you know, I actually had people ask me if Gracie was going to be on. So that's why she's here. And she's kind of my sidekick. All right. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. I will see you next Wednesday, if not before. Bye-bye.